Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurs in Fuego. We're documenting the journey of amazing entrepreneurs, one digital footprint at a time. With me, I have the pleasure of having Thomas Kemeny from Tomi Recordings.
Pleasure to be here.
How you doing?
Great.
Good. Tell us a little bit about the business. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well,
While I pick this up.
I wanted to start an LLC to venture into the business world, and the time that this happened was when I was just about leaving CRAS, the Conservatory of Recording Arts and Sciences. So I put up a website. I went to business for my own then. So it started out initially where I just put out a Craigslist ad, and it happened to be that somebody responded that I knew, but I didn't know until I saw them face to face. So then they walk through the door and I meet them and I go, oh, well, I've seen you around. Okay, so I started recording this person. It was an artist.
And so let me just interrupt. The ad that you put out on Craigslist was for what?
Personal recording studio.
A personal recording studio. So you developed this LLC, and the purpose of this LLC is to have a personal recording studio.
Yes.
All right. Is this for professional musicians or for anybody that wants a record their own CDs, or what is the purpose of that recording studio?
All kinds. I'd like to just be able to produce a nice quality product. So when it comes down to it, a lot of people just come for recordings. I also go over the internet, provide mixing, mastering services. I give tutoring lessons online. Currently, I'm looking to become an instructor in the field, so it's exciting.
So this person shows up, and you're like, wait a minute, I know you. And that was your first client.
That was my first client, and we did business for 2 years. And he went and performed on stage with somebody called Juicy J, some big artist, and hundreds of thousands of people showed up, and my name got out, people liked the sound, and from there it just started to snowball. People started coming to me just based off of recommendation, really.
Where is your studio located at?
At my home right now, I'm actually looking to relocate it to have a separate office space.
Right.
So Chandler.
Okay. So when you go to your studio, you have what type of facilities that you offer somebody that wants to record, say, I don't know, their own album or something like that?
So I have a rack where I have an audio interface,
Right.
different effects units, compressors, EQ, different sort of things going into a mixing board. I have multiple microphones. The signal path to the recording is all gold, Mogami, excellent quality, going 96K sample rate. It's just, I like to keep things at a higher standard. You come to me and you get the professional sound, and I'm fascinated that I can produce such a thing. It's such a nice goal to have.
You're coming off of the conservatory, and then you do this LLC. Do you play any instruments at all?
I like to sequence synthesizers, and I've gotten into piano performance. Right now I'm looking more into that aspect as well. I'm looking into performing in front of the stage. I've just performed for free so far, but I've really enjoyed it, so I have my agent and we're getting shows, and now it's just a matter of time.
What kind of music?
Electronic music, songwriting music. I have a band, my own personal project, so a variety of things, really.
When did you find out that you could take this talent and, well, maybe I can make a living out of this thing? How did that occur?
When I was seen as valuable, really. Once I started to get people's attention, that was the main thing. When I see the inspiration it gave them, the smiles that would come from the recordings and whatnot, it just started to become demanded, really. That's the thing, is there's a line to, come record with me. People just enjoy the experience. At the conservatory, we learned about how much of a customer service sort of thing it is.
Right.
And I like to be a generous sort of person, so I like to accommodate for the client and, build a personal friendship as well, get into their needs and their personal vision.
So somebody that comes to you, have they already recorded the tracks? And they give it to you for mixing and for engineering, or can they record the tracks there at your studio?
Well, I prefer the first option. I really enjoy mixing when the audio is given to me and then I just get to blend it.
Right.
My favorite thing, but what I most often do is I do record them. Oftentimes it's just one vocal over music that they provide me, and then from there layering. There's different singers that come, so sometimes there's music production with the singers. So yeah.
Do you wind up giving the artist advice as to, hey, maybe if we do this, maybe you add a choir right here in this part, maybe it will sound a little bit better?
At times I do have to take on the producer role.
Right.
Yeah, at that point they're really coming to me.
Because it's your talent, right? I mean, you're listening to something that they may not be necessarily listening themselves.
They oftentimes don't have the words to properly express the sort of effect that they want, so we work through different sort of adjectives that we can come up with. Oftentimes there just becomes a relationship where I just personally get to know the client after recording his voice for so long, and then he's wanted this effect here. It just becomes an automatic thing, really. I can, figure out what they've listened to and apply the effects myself.
That's pretty amazing. So now you know that you have a following. Now you know that you have a talent, and a talent that can be marketed. So where do you take your business from here?
Well, I would like to start employing people. That's the thing, is I'd like to have an actual office space, be able to get into acoustic treatment. I really want to be able to find first and foremost the best sound that I can get. So right now, that's what I'm exploring, is getting the most professional results possible. But there are people that would like to be part of the street team, so to speak, and really just want to spread the word because they're passionate.
That's really very, very, very amazing, because what you're doing is to a large extent is changing how a musician really conveys his or her music, right? Because it's going. If I have an idea of a song and I've recorded it, it comes through you to get polished, to get to the final product, right?
Absolutely.
So there has to be a lot of trust.
Oh, definitely. That's why you do have to talk to the person. Oftentimes, you really have to talk to them for days and days until you really start to understand. This is what you want for the album. Especially if it's a larger project, you really need to talk these things out. But yes, it really is a sort of creation. It's a creative process that I love to be involved in. I have a portfolio that I'm really proud of. I look back and I enjoy the sound.
As an entrepreneur, what is your biggest challenge right now?
Right now, it would be figuring out my business model, figuring out how to go serious into developing and furthering, getting bigger clients. I've been looking into the studio market, as in getting into working with studios. So far, I would like to see if I would like to remain independent. There's people that want to have partnerships, so that's creating boundaries.
So is it obtaining new clients? Is it obtaining new people? Is marketing a challenge right now as well?
Well, that's the thing, is I have enough of a workload right now where I have multiple projects going currently, so as it is, the clients almost seek out new clients for me. That's the funny thing, is I don't have a problem with marketing.
If you get a good reputation, people say you got to go to this guy, you got to go to Tomi because he's got a phenomenal ear, and you got to go through his studio, and that's how you're getting your clients. So what's the future for you, man? Where are you going to be? We're going to be tying you up with JC or one of those famous people that at some point, you're going to be their engineer?
Well, I do believe that is possible. I do indeed.
That's the beauty about entrepreneurship, right? I mean, you can dream all you want, and sometimes those dreams really do come true. Well, listen, we wish you the best, and I really appreciate you coming to the show. And from time to time, we're going to check on you to make sure that, you're really, really making it out there. And for anybody that wants to start a studio, much like yours, what advice would you give?
I would tell them to first find what service you're the best at, go deep into that, become a master of one craft, that is now your craft, and then expand into filling where you could also improve, become a Renaissance man is what I'm saying. So,
Renaissance man, good word. Good word. You are becoming a Renaissance man.
I would definitely like to be.
All right, brother. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. With that, we're out.